Hello, hello, hello. It must be Tuesday, because I'm here. And Andrew and Renee are there. At least fashionably late, because, you know, why not? Why not be late occasionally? Can't always be on time. But yeah, here we are again. How is everyone? They're talking. Andrew says he's in, and Renee says he's in, and they're chatting to themselves. So, how is everybody? Again, I'm not sure. What's going on here? That bright, that's too bright. They keep setting the brightness, screen brightness too high. Why do you do that, Apple? Why do you do that? What do you want to talk about? Anything? Anyone? Any clues? What's that to be talked about? Oh, we're talking about Renee's new home. Okay. She's not in here at the moment. She's not in here. I think she's gone upstairs to say good night to Verity. For they return to school tomorrow. They are back. It's the end of an era for both of them. Herb's heading towards his GCSEs and Verity's heading towards her A-levels. So this is like the final push. So yeah. Oh, Rennie's getting his keys later in the month. There we go. It's Andrew Dance, Rocket Man is now on. Elton John, indeed. Liam says, thoughts on Roger Waters' comments on Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath in a recent interview. I can't say that I follow Roger Waters that much, because he's a massive anti-Semite, so I don't tend to, and also there's very little point in following Pink Floyd, because Pink Floyd are owned by Sony Music, so I'm really not that interested. But what did he say? Help me out. Do I have to look this up, I suppose? Ugh, I feel a bit dirty typing in Roger Waters. What did he say? Oh, here we go. Thanks for that. This is a new thing. This is from Far Out magazine. I think I applied for a job with them once. Writing job, didn't get it. Recently, that was. I threw me CV into the ring. This is from Tim Kaufman. Turn your head and man. Roger Waters ridicules Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath's music. I couldn't care less. Wow, that's harsh, isn't it? It shows you that he has literally no humanity left in him. He is just a wizened husk. That's all there is there. There is nothing there. So yeah, when discussing the music, the influence of music has over people, Waters brought up Ozzy's condition around the time of his death. So an Ozzy Osbourne, who just died, bless him, in whatever state that he was in his whole life, we'll never know. The music, I have no idea. I couldn't give a fuck. Waters would go on to air the idiocy that Osbourne showed when working on the reality show The Osbournes. It was all part of the shtick, man. The former Floyd frontman also had some choice words for Black Sabbath's music, as well, saying, I don't care about Black Sabbath. I never did. I have no interest in biting the heads of chickens or whatever they do. I couldn't care less, you know. It says here, despite the critique, Osbourne has been a major Pink Floyd fan all of his life, even ranking Money as one of his all-time favourite rock songs. Well, see, respect doesn't flow two ways. Yes, yeah, well, again, Waters is a prick, so that's all you need to know, really. Waters is a prick. Ah, dear. Is that what you wanted to hear? Waters is a prick? I could have told you that without reading the article, That's what's stupid. It just shows you what an egotistical arsehole Roger Waters is. He's got no humility. He's got no. Again, he says he's this great humanist and all that, but that shows you, someone's died. So you go, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, yeah, shame. But he's done a lot. He did a lot of great things for music. Not to my taste, but a rock icon nonetheless. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And again, what they did on the Osbournes, that was all played up. If you ever watched that, God, when was that? It started in the late 80s, didn't it? The Osbournes, I think, was it the early 90s? I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but it was a whole new thing. It was like reality TV in its infancy. And again, I think they were acting up for camera, a lot of it. But does anybody actually care what Roger Waters thinks? Seriously? No, nobody cares, because just go and listen to his redux of Dark Side of the Moon. That's all you need to know when it comes to the likes of Roger Waters. T-Dog says, hi, I see the police are falling out with each other again. Yeah, this is real. I think, did we cover this last week? I can't remember. Andy Summers and Stuart Copeland are suing Gordon Sumner because, oh dear, the police are one of those bands who got the whole structure, the credit structure wrong. Many bands, I'm thinking, again, Genesis did it in the early days and then they reverted to it later on. Queen did it later on because, some people get overlooked with their writing. Some people are album writers, not single writers, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Sting, Gordon Sumner, always takes credit for all the songs because, he wrote the words and the basic melody to them. But then you have the likes of Stuart Copeland and Andy Summers who come in and policify them. So, yeah, again, Andy Summers has been trying to get proper credit for Every Breath You Take for years. God, was it that? I don't know, was it? I thought they'd done a deal a long time ago. But then I heard Andy Summers saying, oh, well, it's probably going to go back to court again next year. And I think that was to 2023 he said that. Because again, whilst... Oh, hot beverage. Thank you. Whilst Sumner, gave the basic structure of the song, it was knocked into shape by the others in the band. And that melody line, that picking line of that song is Andy Sumner's creation. He said it was just a really dull song until he came up with that line. And he's been pushing to get full credit for that for years. Whereas, Sting gets credit for near enough I think every single that they put out, he gets the full credit for it. So again, as a band, doesn't seem very fair because he didn't write all the songs, if you know what I mean, because they came together and what Sting does on his own is very different to what the Police did because there are three people involved, so it was always going to end up like that. And so they're going to court, the details of which have been hush hush. They've been trying to settle out of court for a long time according to the reports, and they're trying to force his hand. Now again, I don't know if it's because there are murmurings that maybe Sting wants to sell up. A lot of musicians sell up their sell up their writing credits, to likes of Sony or Universal or other parties. Maybe that's on the cards, and this is their last attempt to right this situation before. Well, they'll never get the chance to do it. Who knows? But it's been murmuring on for years, and the money pot is getting smaller. Again, the relevance is getting smaller. The royalties every year is getting tinier, and so here we are. Seb asked, have I seen the new interview with Gilmore and Beto? No, I haven't, because I'm here doing this. See, I could be doing something better, watching Beto stick his tongue up David Gilmour's arsehole. I could be watching that, couldn't I? I could be watching that instead of doing this nonsense. Thanks, Zeb, for reminding me. I've got to be quiet, by the way, because kids sleep, school. And Renee's house will sell next Friday. There you go. Hopper says hi. Hopper says the Jet2 holiday ad has more content. Oh, I see. Of course, you're one of those. Oh, sorry. I thought you was, for a minute there, I thought you were a genuine person, but you're not. So, bye, Hopper. I should have recognised you. I'm a bit slow today. I'm a bit off my game. But hey, we fixed it now. Again, just think, all these years, and it's still repeating itself. Isn't it a shame, isn't it? Oh dear. Renee says, I've received a nice CD package from Eisenwald, from I don't know what that is. He was looking for this album. That's good. I'm glad for you. Good for you, Renee. Andrew says, Graham Greene died. Always loved Dance with Wolves. The music was great by John Barry. Again, Andrew loves to talk about people who have died. So that's nice. Minor says, would you do a review of Klaus Schultz's X? Not again. I don't fancy doing it again. I didn't enjoy it the first time round. So, oh dear. Oh dear, it's not here. Oh, that's funny. I'm sure I reviewed it once. Not for me. It's one of the lost reviews. I ain't going to do it again. So no. Klaus Schultz, not for me. See, that's how you do it, Roger. That's how you do it. You pull a face and go, not for me. Because it ain't. Alright. I think some of the drumming on it was interesting, if I remember, on side 3 or something like that. But it was a bit of a... Andrew says, also Joe Bugley. Yeah, everyone dies in the end, We've all got that to look forward to. But Roger Waters is still here. How's that fair, eh? How's that fair? Just goes to show the good dude die young, don't they? But there we go. That's annoyed the Roger Waters fans. Review a Riverside album. I've done that in the past. Again, it's more of that weak shit that seems to be pushed out. It's that thing, Riverside, don't they? And they on K-Scope or Inside Out. They are just diabolically dull. All of that stuff is dull. But hey, if you like it, I've got to add that proviso. If you like it, good for you. I did one, Love, Fear and the Machine. That was Prog Review 647. I still haven't recovered. If you like that, good for you. I have to say that because people get upset and butthurt and then accuse me of being lonely and bitter. I'm never lonely. I'm never bitter because I really don't care. I really don't care. Zeb says, I'm looking forward to the forthcoming Tangerine Dream box set. Yes, they're doing another one of those. And he's going to get it. It's 2 live concerts, so he's going to get it. Minor says, yeah, it's a bit repetitious for some tracks, but indeed nice noodling. This synthesizer noodly, it's just I haven't got much of attention span for it. I find it a little bit you know, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's not. If it's for you, great, but it's not for me. I have to say that because people get upset. We don't want people getting upset and then leaving long monotonous comments about how I'm doing it all wrong. I don't need to know. I really don't need to know. I don't need to know. Nobody needs to know, you know. Andrew says, yes, K-scope, Darren. Great. But you haven't mentioned, you're talking about box sets. You're talking about box sets. But the big, so I've just got to find it. I haven't got anything prepared. No, that ain't right. I'll get her in the end. I will, honest. Where is it? You know when you're looking for something and you just can't find it. I'm getting there. Trust me. Trust me, I'm getting there. Why haven't you all mentioned the new? See what I'm doing here? The new Who Are You box set, 7 CD and a Blu-ray, Super Deluxe edition of everyone's favourite Who album. That's out. That's going to be coming out in I think it's October, isn't it? Isn't it October? End of October? 31st of October, there we go. You can also get it as a 2 CD. In fact, we can look at the old shop, can't we? We're at the official Who store. Who are you? Who? I really want to know. Who are you? I've got to be careful because of copyright. So yeah, and then there's the 4LP edition, which is $80.99. Well, you might as well just buy the CD set, surely, and you get a yellow vinyl of it and a double CD. On Super Deluxe edition, they have a pre-order for a Blu-ray, breakout Blu-ray version of the record, which is 25 quid. If you want the Blu-ray on its own, there's that. I don't know what to think. I mean, the Super Deluxe edition box set is reasonable at $84.99. I think that's quite reasonable. That's because I can't get rid of those Who's Next box sets. They just can't get them out the door. So you've got that. You've got that. That's coming. That's coming. I'm sure everyone's going to buy that. Seb says Pharaoh Saunders versus Sunray versus Coltrane. Mine says, yeah, best to ignore them. Yeah, well, I ignore everything. Just ignore everything. And she says, good jazz stuff, said. Jazz. Mine says, do you have a good solution for moving a lot of CDs and LPs? It's a pain in the arse to move them all. No, no. What you hire, right, is you get a big yellow skip. I don't know if you can get those. I don't know if you can get those in the Netherlands. They've probably got a different name for them, like Skippenhofen or something like that. But yeah, what you need, right, is a big yellow skip, right? I've got to find one that doesn't have a telephone number on. I'm trying to find a picture of a skip without a telephone number on. Here we go. That's a skip with a. See, what you need, right, is you need a big yellow skip like that, right? And then very carefully, right, you take you get your CD, right? You get your CD. You walk to the skip and you gently place it at the bottom, right? A layer of CDs first, you know, because they're more sturdy. So layer the CDs at the bottom of the skip first until you've got a good layer. You know, until you've run out of CDs, basically. You might need 2 skips. I'm not sure how big your collection is. Going to cost you more money. And then, again, the reason I say that is because a skip's narrow, and so CDs you can fit more at the bottom. And then when you've done with your CDs, put very gently bunches of maybe 5 LPs at a time. Just lay on top of the CDs very gently. We're very gentle with it, right? Because you don't want any creases, you don't want any warping. And then when you've filled the skip, right, you go like that to the man, and he puts it on the back of the lorry, and then he takes it to the dump, and they put them all in the dump, and you never have to worry about them again, and you'll never have to move them again. And that is the solution to your problems. That wasn't the answer he wanted. Well, guess what? That's the answer you get. But no, it's a pain in the arse. It's a pain in the arse. Moving records is a pain in the arse. It's back-breaking work. Get lots of boxes and get somebody else to lift them at our age. When you get to our age, you don't want to be doing this yourself, you know. Get somebody else to do it. Pay extra. Andrew says, "Love Who Are You" album. There you go. Andrew loves it. Seb says, "Let's not forget Who Are You," brand new atmosphere mixed by Steve Moosey. I did mention that. Bloody hell. Chris says, "I made a song on Udio, another of those AI song makers, and it's really good, but the problem is the AI has obviously been trained on Yes because it sounds like John Anderson." Well, that's not good, is it? Minor Major says, "Have you listened to some of the Genesis Gigaleak?" I don't know what a Gigaleak is. What is that? If you're talking about some sort, because somebody was on earlier, was it you? Who was it? It was, what's his name? Zeb was on the lunchtime thing. He was talking about lamb demos. Now, I'd actually remembered it wrong, because whilst at lunch, I remembered. I went like this. I did some deep remembering, and a long time ago, it may have been in the 90s. And I don't know. I don't know how and when, because it was a long time ago. I got some iffy CDs. Iffy they were. Iffy CDs that featured some stuff from Genesis, from that, them doing various things. There was some Selling England on there, rough demos. There was some Lamb on there as well. So I'd heard those, and then later in the 2000s, when that Genesis museum thing, whatever it's called, which has the archive of near enough everything. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to go on YouTube. Just go on there, and you can listen to whatever you fucking want. It's all arranged by year and whatever media. It's very good. So I listened to it then, but not recently, because I'm 54, and I've done it all. I've done everything, all at once. Andrew says, "Rene, when I had to move to Cornwall, I had 200 boxes of vinyl to shift. Been easier taking it to the dump. Lamb rough mixes. Now I've heard this stuff. I've heard it years ago. Oh, I've heard this stuff. I've heard it. Bom, 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 bom. But I always forget where it is. Not that one. Is it that one? Or is it that one? Not that one. Maybe it's gone. Maybe it's gone now. No, it's still there. This is... maybe it's not there. Maybe it's just the... it's called The Movement. That's what it's called. But I think it's... Was there another one? Recording search. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Here we go. This is there's a look. Here we go. It comes from these things. Look, from years ago. Look, it's a bootleg called In the Beginning, and it's got loads of stuff on here, and it's also got some Andy Phillips stuff on here as well, with various takes. I think there's volume 1 and volume 2, but there used to be a lot of these things floating around back in the day. Here we go. Here we go. Here's another one. Here we go. This is called the Lamb Lies Down on Broadway Outtakes and Demos. This is what I think I had. I think I had this. Here you go. And it's got loads of mixes and rehearsals and, you know, different things. And that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah, there was another one called Waterbury, I think, which was doing the rounds in the 90s, late 90s. So yeah, yes, I have, but not recently. Again, it was a funny old time. I don't think you can. I think they only do live recordings on here, not the not like the official stuff. So they get left alone by Genesis. I used to be able to download. Is it all gone now? I think it's all gone. It's only a... Oh blimey, have they taken it all down? Oh, it was the one where you could download them. There was a Genesis thing where you could download. I think things have changed. Here we go. How about there? Okay. Okay, how about this? When in doubt, see, now you've sent me down a bloody rabbit hole, you sods, with this. You've sent me down. What's that one? Oh, that one. Oh. Here we go. Here we go, everyone. Here you go. Go to Internet Archive. There you go. Don't say I don't give you anything. There we go. Renee says maybe I'll go to the dump. I'm tired of all my CDs and LPs. It's the problem though, that's the problem. When you get old, it's great when you're young. It's great when you're young. But as you get older and you accumulate all this stuff, it's all right when you're standing still. But when you have to move, you look at it and go, oh God, what have I done? Whether it's books, whether it's CDs, whether it's DVDs or Blu-rays or video games or guitars or anything. If you've got anything and you have to move, you go, oh God, I've got to move. And I've got to move the things that I've got. That's the problem. And there's no easy solution to it other than, I mean, again, if we ever move, probably not. I think I'm going to die here, to be honest. But if we ever move again, I'm paying for the full service. I'm not doing anything. The men can come here with the boxes and they can pack it all up, because I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it ever again. I've moved too many times in my lifetime to do all that again. Wait a minute, I'm allowed to swear. It's YouTube. I'm too old to do all that shit again. So, yeah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I mean, I sell stuff from time to time, anyway, but I've still got 2 racks of LPs that would be a ball ache. It's actually more than that. I've got a shelf of box sets over there, 2 racks, and LPs on top of the racks. So I don't even know how much that is. I don't know how many 100 LPs that is. It's not like 500, I don't think, but it might be 250 or maybe 200, 250. I'm not sure, but it's a pain in the arse. CDs are a bit easier. That's all I've got. They can all go into a box, but they do get damaged in transit. Things get broken. The little splines in the middle that hold the CD get wankered, just moving around. So it's a problem. Zeb says, yeah, that 30-minute waiting room rehearsal tape. Oh, no, this is just Google skip I allow. Don't need the phone number. Okay. Andrew says, I'm aware we all dumped our vinyl. Maybe. Renee says, 200 boxes, that's a lot. He's kept everything, Andrew has. Minor says, Genesis Museum got shut down after the gig leak just recently. Oh, okay. Oh, well, there's always archive.org. Again, I don't keep an eye on all this stuff because I'm 54, and I've done all that stuff in the past, and it's nice. You go, that's nice, that's interesting, but you listen to it once, and then you listen to the record as it's meant to over and over again. I find all this stuff quite interesting, when the people go on about, oh, have you heard this and you heard that, and you go, yeah, and wasn't it great? Well, it's all right. It's okay. It's all right, I suppose. It's all right. It's all right. It's not like something like this where you hear, things developing from somebody who only put out 3 albums, and it's like a voice from beyond the grave talking to you. I think that's more worthwhile. Whereas the Genesis stuff, it's all right. Renee says, don't forget to like and subscribe. No, don't. Chris says, even if you only had every album, even if you had so I've got to read this properly, sorry. Even if you only had every album ever to feature Steven Wilson, it'd be too much to shift. Well, I'd just put that straight in the bin, wouldn't I? I don't own any Steven Wilson albums. Used to. Yeah, we used to. I used to own them all. Seriously, I had a porcupine tree collection. I've owned this shit foolishly with the intention of reviewing it, and then I did a few reviews, and everyone was so vitriolic. I went, I ain't going to do any more of them. Andrew says, and what about all your guitars? Well, that's just firewood, isn't it, really? I'm trying to sell a couple, but it's really difficult. It's really difficult to sell them these days. I'm having a hard time. selling them. and I need to sell. I need to sell some. I need to sell some because I bought a guitar. I didn't want to. I didn't want to buy a guitar, but it was a second-hand one, and I wanted to try it. And I tried it. And if you're good boys and girls, sorry, if you're just good boys, because we don't get any girls here, I might show it to you. So yeah, if you're good, I might show you that guitar. Wait a minute. It's oh, that ain't good. That is the second camera. There's something gone wrong here with my settings. Wait a minute. It's all gone dark. Wait a minute. How about that? Hey, that's better. Can I adjust the brightness? Yeah, here we go. There you go. You want a dog cam? There you go. That is a rare occurrence. That is a sleeping dog cam. There you go. Not a lot happening, I'm afraid. You're witnessing something very, very rare. There you go. Something very rare. So, yeah. Oops. Oh, no, she saw me. She's going to run away. She's going to run away. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. And, oh, I've gone and annoyed her now. Oopsie. Now I'm in trouble. Now I'm in trouble with the dog. Oops. Oh dear. It feels quite warm in here. Oh, I'm getting a bit warm. I'm getting a bit moist. I'm getting a bit moist, everybody. Mine says nice box set. Indeed, it is. Mine says it's a shame selling guitars to Europe due to the costs. Are there costs? I don't know. If I sold them on eBay, and I see, I don't have the global shipping thing engaged. I used to, but because of Trump and everything, I don't know why I'm worried about it, because it's at the other end, isn't it? I ain't got anything to worry about. Really, I should use the eBay global shipping option, but I tend to just keep it to the UK. I've sold one guitar to America in the past. I think it was one guitar. But maybe I should try going global again. Yeah, because what you do with that is you just send it to Pitney Bowes in England, which is the shipping company that eBay employs to ship around the world, and they repackage what you send them, and then they send it off to whoever's bought it, and you don't have to worry about anything. But even though I've never had a guitar damaged in transit in the years I've sold guitars, you still do worry for the fortnight or whatever, how long it takes for a guitar to get to its subject. You're still kind of worrying that it's been turned to splintered wood when you get there. So but it's very hard to sell guitars on eBay at the moment. I think everybody wants something for free, and I'm not trying to rip people off, but I get some real lowball offers. I mean, ridiculously lowball offers that I just think, oh God, why am I doing this? And then everybody moans. I sold one the other day. It was the Telecaster, the Bitzer. Nice guitar. It was all right. There was nothing wrong with it. The only thing that was wrong with it is it was the body was unidentifiable. I'm not sure whose body it was, but the neck was a Fender Telecaster thinline neck, which was worth over 300 quid new. All the electronics were real top pucker stuff. You had a Seymour Duncan pickup in it, CTS pots, lemon drop capacitors. It was real. Whoever put it together, whoever did it, did a really good job of it, right? But I bought it from Cash Converters thinking it was a Fender thinline, but the pictures were really bad. It's like I could just see the outline and it said thinline. I thought, I've never tried a thinline. I wanted to try it. And when I got it, it wasn't worth me sending it back because it was a good guitar. I thought, oh, I'll make a video about when's a Telecaster, not a Telecaster, you know, when it's a Bitzer, and you know, Bitzer guitars are just as good, you know, because it's an alright guitar, but not something I'm going to keep because I've got a good Telecaster. So I listed it and I was honest, you know, I was honest with what the components were, took lots of pictures, and you know, a guy ordered it, I sent it to him, he loved it, you know, came with a case, you know, with a little soft case and everything, and yeah, and then he's like, oh, I thought it was a through body one. It's just a bridge, you know, string through the bridge number. I said, well, I'm sorry. Like, shrug. You know, I didn't understand why you'd, you know, worry about that because it doesn't really bother me. Years of playing, stringing through the body or stringing through the bridge, it's like, it's, people, some say there's more sustain. Maybe if it's a bass, you know. Mind you, have I got a bass where you actually, I don't think I've got a bass. That bass don't go through the body, does it? No. I think I've only had one bass that does that, and that was an LTD one. Isn't it? Yeah. Looking at this one there. Oh no, this one goes through. Yeah, yeah. You do. It's mainly basses that you need to worry about that. Guitars not so much so. I don't think stringing an electric guitar through the body gives it any extra sustain, to be honest. So I was a bit nonplussed by this. I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, I'm sure if you swap out the bridge plate, this guy seemed to know what he was doing. He said, oh, I'm going to swap the bridge plate out anyway, and it's a Telecaster, I've got spares. And then a few days later he went back and said, oh, they've sealed up the body, the holes in the body. It's like, well, just drill them out, man. I mean, just the way. Oh, I wouldn't have bought it if I'd have known. It's like, oh, I just stopped caring. So I couldn't see what the problem was, you know, because it played and it sounded really good. It sounded like a really good Telecaster, you know, and he got it for under 400 quid, you know. The components themselves, if you'd have sold them separately, was worth more than 400 quid, you know. So he could sell the neck, the body, and the electronics for probably, yeah, about 450, I reckon, separately. Oh, and it had Fender tuning, you know, proper Fender tuning pegs and everything. So I don't know, people seem to like complaining on eBay a lot now. I've had negative feedback. It's just for nothing. A neutral feedback for nothing. You know, it's just, I just find eBay, like everything, it's just boring. It's taken me, I remember selling records. It took me like 3 years to sell a record on there once. I think I sold it recently. I can't remember which one it was now. Oh yeah, it was a compilation album. I bought this compilation. I was going to give it to the missus, I think. I can't remember what I was going to do with it. I think it was one of those neo electronic type things. And I think I was going to give it to missus on her birthday, but I forgot and got something else instead. And I thought, oh, is this a good birthday present? So I just kind of put it on the pile, and then I thought, I'd sell it. And it took me 3 years to sell. It's like, you know, it's all sealed and new and everything, but it just takes so long to do it. But then other things sell really quickly. So, you know, I think, you know, people. I was selling books. Oh, don't even get me started on trying to sell books on eBay, man. So, you know, Tom Pinks is in. He said, "Oh, hope things are well." Yeah, ticking along, and everyone's saying hello. Andrew asks, have I got cases for all the guitars? No. I've got boxes. For them. I have some cases. I've got some extra cases. Again, with the Harwood collection, I kept a couple of the cases that were like, I think, I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were Gator cases or whatever. I kept a couple of those to put some guitars in. But no, I'm probably about, I don't know, 10 cases short, I think, or maybe more than that. But it's hard. It's hard to get, you know, cases for certain instruments, you know. But some of them have got cases, some of them haven't, you know. You know, so. But I need to thin it out. And I got too many. I've just got too many, and I don't play them enough. I don't play. Again, it's the thing is I enjoy them, and I enjoy playing them, and I enjoy tinkering with them, and I enjoy cleaning them. And then when one comes along that I like the look of, I buy that and I try and sell, a couple of the other ones. But like I say, it's just getting really difficult. And again, I think it might be the overhang of COVID, where everyone bought instruments and now trying to offload them, so the market is flooded, saturated. But I don't know. Now the kids are going back to school tomorrow. I might go through the racks and try and sell some LPs. Get rid of some of the Brian Eno stuff I don't listen to. Some of the ambient shit he created on computer without really doing anything. Some of that stuff, and thin out some of the vinyl so I can actually fit vinyl that I like on the racks. I don't know. I keep meaning to do it, but it's that thing you look at it and you go, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Do I? Yeah. Do I want to do this? It's like, no, I don't want to do this. But you do it, don't you? It's what you do. Minus says, Darren, what's your rarest, most valuable CD and or vinyl release you have at this point? I can show you if you want. There's nothing valuable here, I don't think. Trying to think. I mean, I've got Mike Oldfield Crisis Super Deluxe box up there. That's kind of rare, I suppose. I've got on the shelf. You can't really see because my head's in the way. You see there's some oblique strategy cards from Brian Eno that are kind of rare. Is that what you're looking for? No? Okay. But the rarest vinyl I know, and the most expensive vinyl, I've got to go out of the room and come back and get it. If you're interested. But it's not for sale. It's not for sale, see? But I know it's rare. But it's now my joy. And I've probably showed you it before. And I think the value of it is still increasing. But again, what is any of this worth? It's only worth what the next man is willing to pay. You might see something listed on eBay or may have sold on eBay for X amount of pounds, but whether or not you get the same amount, it all depends on which way the wind's blowing, isn't it? So, it's all swings and roundabouts. But, everything has its time, and, you love things and you hold on to things that don't have any value. There's the things that have sentimental value, that you hold on to, I think. Like, I'm loath to get it off the shelf. Because, it's that band. But I'm loath to get it off the shelf. But I'm going to get it off the shelf. But I'll show you the value. What I think is the most valuable thing in my collection. I'll show you that first. So yeah, I've probably shown this before. This is Lemon Jelly's Lost Horizons album, and it's a fantastic triple fold-out sleeve. Airside was the design company that they owned. The people that created this, and they've got a very interesting design aesthetic. I've got a big book of theirs over there on the shelf, and I even kept, see on the cover there was a, oh no, it's got a bit creased, there was a little balloon with Lost Horizons on it, so you know what it was. I very carefully cut that out of the cellophane and kept it. See, it was kind of on the cover like that, you see. Ooh, like that. But because I don't like my vinyl to get damaged by shrinkage, I cut the cellophane off. There'll be people who are throwing their shoes at the screen at the thought of me removing the cellophane, but you got to, because I wanted to appreciate the actual gatefold, and I really like this album. I really like it a lot. I like Lemon Jelly. I like them a lot, and this album I think is just superb. And yeah, I think this is valuable. I think I remember buying this. I bought this at the Virgin Megastore at Blue Water Shopping Centre, and it was, I think I paid with a 20 and I got change, you know. I'd already bought the CD, and we were in Virgin Megastore, and I saw this on the rack and I went, oh man, I've got to buy that. Didn't think anything of it, didn't think it was valuable, didn't think it was rare. I still play it, I put it on occasionally. You know, I'm getting a bit more worried about doing that because I know how valuable it is. You know, I don't know how much the last one sold for. There might be ones on eBay at the moment. Let me have a look. Come on, eBay. In vinyl. Someone's got it listed for £300. I've seen it go for more than that. It seems like it's come down a bit recently. What's the last one? Oh, last one sold for 200. That's not bad. So, again, but to me, it's you know, there's sentimental value in it. So according to that, I think the Mike Oldfield Trisis Super Deluxe box set might be worth more than that, because I've seen that go for 300. But you know, you know. It's funny because some of their EPs have gone up in value too, and I own a couple of those as well. So, like that one, how much? Crikey! It's funny how it goes. It's funny how it goes, isn't it? The price of things. And I've got their 64 to 95 vinyl box set, but sealed. I kept it sealed. I didn't open it because I got the CD. So, you know, it's just. But again, it's not something I'm planning on selling because I really like the album. It reminds me of a time. But if you're talking about things like box sets, then I think the Queen coloured vinyl box I've got, I think that's gone up in price. Let's see, Queen. Let's have a look. For sale, sold. Sold items. That's going for 414. Funny, because I've seen that listed for 600 elsewhere. That's what. Oh, 550. Here you go. One sold for. So there you go. 550. So that's kind of valuable, I suppose, isn't it? But again, not something I'm planning to sell because too fucking heavy. Oh wait a minute, I can swear now. It's too fucking heavy to ship out. it was bad enough selling some other box sets, vinyl box sets like that of that size. It's a nightmare. Ow, it's a nightmare. Andrew says, yes, the Crisis box set is worth quite a bit now. Tom Pink says, didn't know the Super Deluxe Crisis thing was rare. It is. It sold in limited quantities. It did. A lot of these things did back in the day. Again, like the first runs of the Jethro Tull media books and the Marillion ones, they were very, very limited. That's why they fetched quite a high price, you know, on eBay. Not so much now because they did second prints of them, and so the values kind of stabilised. But a lot of those sets were, you know, I literally think were done in the maybe in the thousands, maybe like 2,000 sets or something. They don't tell you. They don't keep it very quiet because, well, I don't think they want people to know. But yeah, if we reach for the stars, I can. Here you go. Just wiping the dust off. And the thing about this one is, if he opens it up, see it's a little booklet. There is a video of this, but look, what did I do? Look, they're all still sealed. Look at that. That's just in case I need to sell it. I'll open it one day. One day I'll open them. But yeah, it's a valuable one. So, you know. But again, I've seen things go up in price, you know, the Genesis ones, the red, what am I talking about? Yeah, red, blue and green. Those sets and the vinyl sets go up and down in price. They wax and wane. You know, but I don't really think about that. I only think about it if I'm flipping something, you know, if I'm flipping something, you know, but if it's something that I like the Genesis ones, I'm never selling them, so their value is irrelevant, you know. It's because I like listening to. I still do. I pull out the DVDs or the SACDs, and that's my preferred way of listening to Genesis. So, you know, it's like that. It's like that, and that's the way it is. I can very carefully get this one out. I don't think this is worth anything, but it's that band, right? It's the 1989 set. Again, I bought this when it came out, so I would have been 18, right? And this is when I was going through this is when it started, really. And the good thing about this, he says, is not only has it got 3 LPs in it, it's got that one, and that one. Right? The really important thing is it's got this in it, which is a lovely EG sampler, and so, but it's got the Penguins on there and UK and 801, you know, and so this was like a gateway. It's a gateway drug for me. Don't you know? It was a gateway drug to everywhere else, and it's got white paint on it because I listened to this when I was painting my bedroom. When I was moving back home in 1994 after my grandfather died. I had to decorate the back room because that's where I was going to sleep, and yeah, I got white paint all over it. So, you know, God, if I sold it on eBay, imagine the complaints I'd get. But I ain't selling it because it's got a little bit of a thing going on there. Ooh, a little bit of a sentimental value. Ooh, yeah. So, yeah. So that's good, isn't it? That's good. See, I'm looking. But yeah, that's one of my oldest CDs. This one's one of my oldest as well. Ow. So I got rid of a lot of CDs, like Queen and stuff like that. But this one, again, this is another gateway one. This is Bill Bruford's Masterstrokes, which I'd have got. I think I got this in the 88. I think I would have got this. Might have been 87 actually. When did it come out? I think it might have been 87. I can't read it. What does it say? It might be 87. I think I got this when I first started doing my A-levels, so that would have been 87. And you know, because I think I got a couple of Yes albums, and I just thought, yeah, Bill Bruford, and yeah, another gateway one, another gateway one. Yeah. So yeah. Miner says, "Oh no, not that band. We know, we know." Are these cassettes in the lower section of your CD rack? Cassettes? No cassettes on there, I'm afraid. No cassettes. I do have a couple of cassettes, but I don't know if I can show them to you. Only because they're dusty. Again, I don't know if I'm allowed to show them, because one of them's that one, and one of them's this one. Yeah, one of them's this one. Because someone, what someone did is he got hold of the remix of the League of Gentlemen album and pulled all the stems out, and then added Daniel Dax's voice back into it. So to Miner Man, because it's one of my favourite songs. But hey, I'm the only one who can listen to it, because I'm not posting that, because I don't want any trouble. But there you go. Andrew says, "Would you ever sell the Queen box set? I wouldn't mind having it." Yeah, it's yours for 800 quid. Again, it's just a drag trying to get it off the shelf, you know. I've only listened to it a couple of times because it's so fucking heavy. It's got a really big book in it and everything. But do I want to sell it? I mean, again, I don't know. I mean, I really like it as a thing. You know, it's what again, as a kid, it's what I always wanted. You know, when I was young, Queen had the Complete Works vinyl set out, and I coveted it. I always wanted it as a kid, but I couldn't afford it because I think it was over £100, and that was a lot of money back then. So when that came out, when that was announced, you know, and it was like everything, and it's got a big book in it as well, and you know, Queen 2 is a double, I believe, and sounds really nice. I thought, well, yeah, I'll have that. That'll do. You know, so yeah, it's kind of a bit of a boyhood thing, yeah, boyhood dream. Don't you know? Stipend says, "Late again." Hello, everyone. Well, sometimes it's good to be late, I suppose. Sometimes it's good to be late. Anything else? Anything else would you like to talk about? Any more? Otherwise it'll have to be guitar talk, I suppose. And nobody wants to do that, do they? Nobody wants guitar talk. Ooh. Mm. It's all gone quiet out there. Speak. Mind you, I think there's only 14 people. Well, I don't know how many of those are real or how many are soccer accounts who've come to thumbs down the live stream. Because I imagine, someone's thumbs down the live stream. Andrew says he's run out of steam. Oh no, that's not good, is it? That's no good. You don't want to run out of steam. You don't want to do that. But yeah. So, how long we've been on? We've only done an hour. It feels like I've been on it all night. Sty says I'd like guitar talk. No. Rene says, did I play with audio AI again? No, I haven't done anything this week. I've been spending time with those rotten kids. No, I haven't been. I've been out a couple of times, and I've been watching films with Verity. So I've been making her watch more of the other Alien films, Prometheus and Covenant, because we're watching the Alien Earth series, and the kids are enjoying that. So I said, hey, we should watch the other Alien movies. So we were watching those and watching the making of, because the making of for Prometheus is something like 3 hours long. It's a bit of a long one, that is. So no, I've not really been doing anything with music this week since the last time. So no, I've been a bit preoccupied with the kids and going out and doing stuff. But I don't know if you can see him. Can you see there? Look, there's Pac-Man. There's Pac-Man standing on top of a Minecraft block. I got him in an arcade on Monday. So from a Gachapon machine, Namco arcade. There you go, Pac-Man. Andrew says, what do I think of the Nick Drake album? What, you mean the box set? Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm going to do a review of it, so I'm going to talk about it. I just because the kids have been home and we talk, and I'm just Verity spends a lot of time with me. We spend a lot of time talking and listening to music and watching movies and YouTube stuff and playing video games. So my time's like that, kind of there, So then walking the dog in the forest and stuff like that in the afternoon. So I'm preoccupied. It's not like the old days where they go off and and they play, and I could maybe do a video or whatnot. It's a bit more, well, we just spend a lot of time together. So that's the thing, and it's nice. It's pleasant. I'd rather be doing that than doing anything else. So there you go. But I mean, it's a nice set. It's really nice. I mean, I listened to it. I've listened to it on streaming before I got the vinyl, because that was a story. Was it a story? I guess so. The vinyl was coming out, and I wasn't going to get. I didn't pre-order it because money, right? Because of money, I thought I would wait until. When was it out? I can't remember now. When did it come out? Did it come out at the beginning of August or something? Well, anyway, I was waiting for some money. Like you do, you wait for money, because not all of us have money all the time. So I was waiting for money. I was waiting for bills to get paid, and so I had a bit of money, so I could pay for it. And when I went to buy it, it was sold out everywhere. I was like, there's plenty of the CD, but the vinyl set was gone. So I was like, oh, bollocks. Now, subsequently, it looks like there might be a repressing at the end of September, because I've seen it advertised as September the 29th or something, that the vinyl's going to be back in stock. But anyway, I didn't know that, and so I managed to find a copy in Ireland. So I ordered it there. It was good because there was a 10% discount for the first purchase at this online shop, Golden Discs, I think it's called, in Ireland. Thoroughly recommend them. And so I ordered it from them. But in the interim period, because it takes a bit of time, it takes a few days. Well, no, it took me a few days to find this place because everywhere else was selling it for like 170 quid. It was like stupid money. I wasn't going to pay 170 quid. Sorry, ain't gonna float. You're not scalping me. I've already been scalped. So I managed to find somewhere where they had it at reasonable, like the retail price, and I got 10% discount off of it, which was nice. And I didn't have to pay any import duty, even though it was Ireland. So it was worked out well. But in the interim period, I listened to it on streaming whilst walking the dog. So I listened to it twice, and again, it's an odd one because I'm not. Box sets can be, like I say, you put them on the shelf. You put them on the shelf, and you don't listen to them again. This one's different because Nick Drake recorded so little material in his life. In his relatively short life, we only got 3 albums. Like 3 proper albums, studio albums that he did. This is like a banquet. Because you hear, songs being developed. You hear, I'm doing a bloody review, aren't I? You hear songs being developed, and you hear him talking on the tape to the engineer, and when they're recording it, and it's unlike any other box set because it is like someone from the past talking to you, and it's sad. There's a sadness to it, but also. It's brilliant because we've done a really good job on it, and it sounds really. I think it sounds really fresh. I think it sounds really cool, even though it's old, and I think the tape was in the drawer for years and whatnot. And it's nice to hear a different aspect to someone who, like I said, only recorded 3 albums. There are no live recordings, no tours. Again, it's almost like having a live album because he is doing it. Doing these demos. And I think it's probably one of the most worthwhile box sets because of the that short span of creativity. Because it is Nick Drake again, somebody who couldn't sell a record. And again, this is going to be part of my review. I saw that the interest in Nick Drake grow. From the late 80s into the 90s. And I resisted it because I thought it was cool. Now I thought, why would you do this? I watched. I think there was a. I'd heard some of his stuff. I think I don't know where I'd heard it. Maybe it was on a compilation or something. It's like, it's all right. It's folk music. It's a nice, kind of twee folk music. It's very. It's again. He exists in his own category. Because you've got Fairport Convention, again, I'm a fan of, and it's all the hey nonny nonny stuff, finger in your ear kind of thing. And then you've got more John Martin kind of thing, and then you've got Nick Drake in the middle, doing his own, very English pastoral take on folk, very middle class take on folk. Shouldn't like it, me being a working class boy. But I resisted it. I thought, no, this is corny. Why would you? I was an old cynic. But I said to the missus years ago, back in early 90s, when this was all starting, when the whole cult of Nick Drake was really gathering apace, and I said, if I listen to Nick Drake, I know I'm going to be a fan. I'm going to resist it. And then I didn't. And that's what happened. That's what really happened. Clive, what did you really do? Well, I resisted Nick Drake for about 10 years, and then I couldn't resist no more, and I became a big fan. And that's what really happened. That's a Monkey Dust reference. Look it up. So yeah, I think it's a remarkable set. I like the vinyls. I think the vinyls, add to the ambience of the recordings, and there's a sadness there to it. It's happy, sad music, isn't it? And he's a bit of an enigma. He's, again, bit of an enigma, you know. So yeah. Renee says, I did like the metal version. Well, yeah, it was a bit heavy. Not really my kind of thing. For those who didn't see last week's episode, we put some stuff into Suno, an AI music generator, and it spat out a load of stuff. And one of Renee's suggestions was like doom metal, and we put that in, and it made a racket, and Renee liked it. I can't say I did, but you know, it's a funny experiment to do. I mean, I find it quite. Again, AI will finish us all. Will finish us all. I too welcome our AI overlords, and I always say thank you to Alexa. Sometimes she doesn't listen to me. I go, "Oh, you daft bitch! You're not listening again." I say, "You're another woman in this house that don't listen." That's three of you. It's three of you, I say. And then I apologise because, you know, when the AI revolution comes and the robots take over, I want them to look at the database and see how many times I said thank you. You know, I'm banking on it. Minus says, Darren, ever heard an album with only piano vocal, kind of Elton John, only piano vocal? Have I ever heard an album where there was only a piano and a vocal, like Elton John? I don't know, possibly. I've got albums where there's just piano, but has it got a vocal on it? It might have. There might have been a vocal at the end. I don't know. I think it might have been. Let me have a look. No, there is no vocals on the album. Why? Have you got an album in mind, Miner? Do you have an album that you like listening to that has just a piano and a vocal on it, like Elton John? No? Okay. That's great. Miner says, what's your album title? I want to listen to it as a reference. Which album? What's he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Andrew says, Carole King springs to mind. Richard Stilgo. There you go. Richard Stilgo. Look, I'm not a fan of the piano. I'm not a fan of the piano. I'm not going to sit and listen to a man with a piano singing me songs. It's just not where I'm at. I don't groove like that, you know. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not an Elton John kind of guy. Do I ever? I haven't done an album with only piano. No. You talking about something I've recorded? No. God no. No. Why would I do a whole album with just piano? That sounds insane. That's the sort of thing a madman would do. Not when you have guitars. Nobody wants to listen to a piano album. That's just weird. Andrew says, or Billy Joel. I am an innocent man. That's Billy Joel, isn't it? We didn't start the fire. The world keeps turning as the fires keep burning. We didn't start the fire. That's how it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. No, I'm not a piano man. Minor major. Oh, okay. I thought you'd done it. No, I haven't done that. No, why would I do that? That's stupid. I've done a few pieces. I've done a few piano pieces, But you know, but I wouldn't do a whole album. That'd be just boring. How boring would that be? You need to have the guitars. You gotta have guitars, haven't you? Well, it's getting to that time of the night where I might reach for the guitar. But again, seeing as Minor Man has oh, do I want to do that? No. Where's the best place? The best place would be YouTube music, I suppose. Yeah, YouTube music. He didn't start the fire. Do 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 do. He didn't start the fire. Listen to me at YouTube music, and I will get a shiny magic penny. I have to say that for legal reasons, I think. But yeah, enjoy, he says, because if you go there, there's an awful lot of shit to listen to. My God, each one worse than the other. Look at that. What a load of crap. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Darren? Look at it. What a load of bollocks. But yeah, enjoy. Enjoy, I dare you. Enjoy, double dare you. What a load of crap. It's midnight in the UK. It's half past midnight. I should have turned into a pumpkin about 29 minutes ago. But here we go. You know, the night is young. I'll tell you, you don't get looks like this by going to bed early. I'll tell you. Oh no. If you want to go for the Uncle Fester / Gollum look, you start late like me. You know, develop diabetes. It's really good for you. It's real fun. It's real fun. Mind you, September, October. Oh crikey! I'm gonna have to really limit my diet in the next few weeks because they want me to have a blood test in October. I want to try and get the old bloods down. Ain't gonna happen. They're gonna put me on new tablets. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna love it. Minor says, okay, thanks for the link. I hope I can find a gem. You won't. You won't. It's the Darren Lock guarantee. I guarantee you'll like at least one song. Just one. That's all you're going to like. One song. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun. We didn't come here to have fun, did we? No, we didn't. We came here to dick around, I believe. Right, okay, we'll do a guitar thing. So anyway, I didn't want to buy a guitar. I didn't want to do it. I said no. I don't want to buy this guitar, but I wanted to try it because I had so much fun with the other Epiphone that I bought. The Shinuchi Uchi Kuchi. I can't remember what his name is. Shinuchi Ubikuchi. You know. I really like. Andrew says, okay, Darren, I'm off for another cup. That's nice. And Renee's off too. Bloody hell. Everyone's going just as I'm going to reveal guitar. That don't seem right. I've got 6 minutes to go, guys. Come on. Play the game, will you? So anyway, I was looking at this guitar and I thought, oh bollocks, let's have a go. Let's see if it's any good. That's it all. They're all fucking off. That's not right. Whoops. I'll be back. I've just got to go and get it, all right, because it's in its case. la la la. Oh, so yeah, I picked up an Epiphone inspired by Gibson Custom Shop. Les Paul Custom, but it's an Epiphone, and it's got the old Gibson headstock there. Ooh, and it's got Mother of Pearl on the. I don't know if you can see that on the name on the logo and the diamond, and Mother of Pearl on the inlays. Look at it. Ooh, fancy pants. Look, actual Mother of Pearl, not Mother of the toilet seat. Actual Mother of Pearl, ebony fretboard, and they're supposedly Gibson pickups. I haven't taken it apart to find out, but it's got see, special Gibson inspired by Gibson thingy majig. He said maybe the other one. Can we do the other one? Oh, stay still. Stupid. Let me see if I can do the other one. There we go. But yeah, I wanted to try one. Because I was impressed with the other Epiphone and those Gibson pickups. And if I wanted a Gibson version of this, it's going to cost me, I don't know, £6,000. I'm never going to own one. So I thought I'd get the Epiphone one, the next best thing. And this is made in China. It's mahogany body with a maple cap, I believe. Gibson pickups, ebony, mother of pearl, you know, all the gubbins, top electronics inside, you know, proper pots and whatnot. And these would go quite a lot. They're very up that end of price range. But it's second hand, so I got it for a good deal. I got it for the price I wanted to pay for it. And yes, I think this feels like playing a Gibson. I've owned enough Epiphones, especially like the Black Beauty variety, like this from Epiphone, to know that this is infinitesimally better than that one of those. So yeah, I've played a lot of Epiphones in me day, you know, like you do. And I think this and the other one, the Shinuchi Upijuki, whatever, I don't know what it's called. I need it written down. I can't remember it. That one's got Gibson pickups in it too, and I think that is just such a top quality guitar. And so is this, and they resonate so well. There's just a special sauce to it that I really like it. And I've resisted like this lot, you know, for a while, but it's second hand, so I'm kind of that's all right. That makes it all right, doesn't it? Doesn't that make it all right if it's second hand? I'm sure that makes it okay. But yeah, I think it's a really interesting. It's a nice little instrument, I think, and it makes all the right noises. And I like the way the mother of pearl catches the light. You know, it's kind of pretty. I like shiny things, and I like the ebony. And I've got to do a review of this, he said. I have to do a review. I posted a little noodly thing I did. I was just playing. That's when I just got it. I just got it out of the box and give it a rub down, like you do. And I just plugged it in. And I thought, I'll just record. I'm just noodling around. And upload it to the music channel on the other channel. But man, this is, for second hand, I think it's a good purchase. So I do need to check the pickups, just in case somebody's like swapped them out for cheap. You never know, it might have happened. I haven't checked that yet because you know, I only got it last week, didn't I? Was it last Tuesday? I can't remember. Was it last Wednesday? Can't remember. It was now. I think it was last Wednesday, maybe. Was it last Thursday? I have no memory of when I got it. No, I did the gardening on Thursday, and then I came in from gardening, and I joked at this. This is what really happened, Clive. What really happened? This is what really happened. On Thursday, I did gardening. I don't like gardening. I hate that garden. I really do. But Verity was out there, and we'd had a laugh. We was larking around as much as you can with the garden, and I cleared the fucking blackberry the best I could, and I scratched my arms up, and I was bleeding, and I said to Verity, I've worked so hard, I think I deserve a guitar. I'm going to go and buy a guitar now, as a joke. I was joking. I had no intention of buying a guitar, and I came in and I had my lunch, and I opened up my favourite purveyor of second-hand guitars, Guitar up in Scotland, and lo and behold, this was there. If you're a member, if you're a VIP, I'm a Jungle VIP. I'm the king of the swingers, babe. A Jungle VIP. There was like an early access deal for it, and I just went, oh fuck, I've got to buy that, because I wanted to try one out. I thought, oh fuck, the missus is gonna kill me, and so I bought it. And I've listed guitars, try to sell, but wait and see. But it's nice. It's a nice approximation of an of a Gibson in Epiphone clothing, if you know what I mean. It's a nice approximation of a Les Paul custom, and I like it. It feels right. I like the flat. I like the flat fretboard. So again, the necks, I can never get used to the necks because they're always a bit chunky for me. But I like the noises that it makes. It makes some nice noises and it resonates, and that's the important thing. Renee says, nice guitar, thank you. Now you're showing latest guitar indeed. Renee says, my favourite is still the Black Beauty Epiphone. Well, this is the Les Paul Custom, which is that guitar, but they had the third pickup on. The problem with the Epiphone with the third pickup is, I don't know, it always left me a little bit underwhelming. Now, if they do a Black Beauty version like this with the Gibson headstock, mother of pearl, I'm selling this and buying one of those, because I imagine that would be really, really cool. And I'm really hoping that that's the next thing that Epiphone do, is they do the Black Beauty 3 pickup edition as inspired by Gibson Custom Shop Pro. I think it's Gibson Custom Shop, I think it's called, because I think that's going to be really cool. There is a 3 pickup SG in this range, but I'm not really an SG. But again, SGs are all right, but I sit down to play. They're not very comfortable. I just don't. They always kind of want to sleep off my lap. So, but this is cool, and it's really heavy, and I like heavy guitars. Yeah, too much money indeed. Missing said, I went to Paul with Les Paul. Okay, that's nice. That was a long time ago, Missing. How old are you? You're in your 90s, aren't you? Minor says, okay, I remember Peter Hamill. Piano, guitar, vox, only piano vocal sides, some are okay. Oh yeah, Peter Hamill. Yeah, he does a lot of piano stuff. Yeah, I've seen him. He's playing. I think he's playing in October, I think. I'm not going to see him though. And he's done albums with it. It's just him at the piano. Yeah. Anyway, I've done too much. I've done nearly 4.5 minutes extra than I intended to, because talking guitar. And yeah, thanks for watching. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed it tonight. If you haven't, I'm really sorry. I'll try and do better next time. If you don't like what I do try and find someone that you do like, rather than harassing me in the comments, because it's boring. You get bored with it. I end up just having the last word, because that's what I'm going to do. Of course, if you come here just to thumbs down in the live stream, carry on. It makes no difference to me. Knock yourself out with your impotent rage. It just makes me laugh. All right? Because I'm sure that's happened. I haven't even checked. It happens every week. It gets boring. I don't even see it now, because when I stop this, YouTube's changed its system, so I don't see how many thumbs ups or thumbs downs there are. So not until a good 24 hours afterwards. So by then I've even forgotten all of this. So carry on. Do your worst. You know, keep all that impotent rage coming. You know, keep it coming, because it means that you're not harassing someone else who isn't equipped to handle it. But yeah, that's it. Like I say, coffee time tomorrow. Yeah, see you for coffee time in the morning, or today, because it's gone midnight. More coffee time. We'll keep that train running. Now I feel more now that the live streaming on YouTube seems to have become a bit more sensible and not as weird as it had been. We'll get back on that pony, and there'll be some, well, Nick Drake, got to do that. I'm sure there'll be some other things to talk about. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. If you haven't, I'm sorry, and we'll call it a night. Remember, folks, if you can't be good, be safe, but more importantly, don't tell your mother. Night night.